Hey, what's good, YouTube, man? It's your boy Tony3x, and I'm back at y'all, man, with another reaction from the YouTube channel They Will Kill You. 10 women who made the FBI's most wanted list, man. Dudes be thinking females ain't dangerous, you know what I'm saying? Dudes be thinking like, oh, she ain't gonna do nothing to me. I'm like, man, all of this rah 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 rah. You feel me? When in all actuality, they dangerous, bro. They crazy, emotional. You got the estrogen. Got a lot of different things with females, you know what I'm saying? That when they hurt, ain't no thinking, just go, 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 go. But about to start this video. 10 women who made the FBI's most wanted list.
From a radical activist to a woman who hired a contract killer out of extreme jealousy, here are 10 women who made the FBI's most wanted list. Before we begin, be sure to subscribe to They Will Kill You. Hit the like button and request any topics you'd like to learn about in the comments section below.
That scared y'all, didn't it?
Number 10. Donna Jean Wilmot. Donna Jean Wilmot was part of the Weather Underground, a radical activist movement that
Now I'm gonna say right now, sorry to my girl, but some of these crazy chicks, they may be fine. So you know what I'm saying? You might, let y'all know like, hey, she decent looking. You know what I'm saying? Back in the single days, y'all or myself might have, you know what I mean? And got your ass whacked. Sorry, babe.
used violence as a way of protesting sexism, racism, classism, and the Vietnam War. She and Claude Daniel Marks landed a double spot on the FBI's most wanted list after purchasing what they believed to be 37 pounds of explosives. Their plan was to blow up a maximum security prison in Kansas in an attempt to free Oscar Lopez, the leader of a Puerto Rican separatist organization. What they didn't know at the time was that their contact for the explosives was actually an FBI undercover agent.
See, look, when you trying to do like certain stuff, bro, you gotta kind of be already like plugged in, you know what I'm saying? Cause you trying to get explosives, he's going to that who has explosives. Bro, you will run into a goddamn agent, bro. They gonna lock your ass up. I'm telling you. Think you on the dark web? You better have VPN socks and at least 3 routers. It's like, nah.
After discovering an FBI monitoring device in their car, Marks and Wilmot went underground, along with their spouses. For years, they lived several blocks from each other in Pittsburgh, under assumed identities. After a year of negotiations with federal authorities, they both surrendered in 1994. Number 9. Bernadine Dawn. In May 1970, the Weather Underground issued a declaration of a state of war aimed at the US government. This marked the group's transition from political advocacy to violent action. The radical group followed a communist ideology and would eventually be responsible for the bombing of several New York police stations, the Pentagon, and the United States Capitol. By 1970, Bernadine Dawn was one of the group's leaders. She was placed on the
Bernadine was burning things, blowing stuff up.
FBI's most wanted list after the weathermen accidentally blew up a townhouse in New York's Greenwich Village that same year. 3 members were killed in a townhouse explosion, a location where the group was manufacturing bombs. Dawn went into hiding but was taken off the list 3 years later after it emerged that the government had been illegally gathering information on members of the Weather Underground. Number 8 and 7.
I ain't gonna lie, there's a lot of it's a lot of clauses in the legal system, bro. If you just shut up and let your lawyer work, you're gonna get out of a lot of things, bro. No cap.
Catherine Ann Power and Susan Edith Sachs. In 1970, Catherine Ann Power was a senior at Brandeis University. She and then roommate Susan Edith Sachs were active protesters against the Vietnam War and other social constructs such as racism or sexism. When student-led protests were no longer enough for them, they decided to take a militant stand against the system. Sachs, Power, and 3 ex-convicted felons robbed a National Guard armory and a bank in Massachusetts. They stole weapons and 400 rounds of ammunition from the armory, then set fire to the facility. 3 days later, they robbed a bank in Brighton. Power and Stanley Bond, one of the men that took part in the robberies, were romantically involved. They wanted to make away with enough money to provide firearms for the Black Panther movement. They managed to steal $26,000 in cash, but one of their accomplices shot and killed Walter Schroeder, the first responding police.
Yeah, man, you kill a cop, death penalty, they on your ass. Ain't no getting away, bro. You're not killing no cop. You kill a police dog, that's a cop. Like, death penalty, bro. They on you, bro.
Officer. The 3 men were apprehended shortly after the bank robbery, while Sachs and Power went on the run and were placed on the FBI's most wanted list. Sachs was arrested 5 years later in Philadelphia after a police officer recognized her from an FBI-issued photo. Power lived as Alice Louise Metzinger for 23 years. Outwardly, Metzinger was a loving wife and devoted mother. She worked as a cooking and nutrition teacher at a community college in Oregon. Even though Power had been dropped from the FBI's most wanted list in 1993, she turned herself in. Number 6.
Hey, couldn't be me, bro. Couldn't be me, bro. Like, statutes of limitations. Let me get away with something, bro. Turn myself for what? I ain't killed nobody. I was there, yeah. But y'all got the two, dude. Like, I'm about to keep doing my thing.
Angela Yvonne Davis. A heavily armed African-American high school student, Jonathan Jackson, took over a Marin County courtroom in 1970. He armed the African-American defendants, and afterwards they took the judge, the prosecutor, and 3 female jurors hostage. As they got out of the courtroom and into a getaway van, the police opened fire on the vehicle. Jackson, the 2 defendants from the courtroom, and the judge were all killed in the exchange. The weapons used in the kidnap murder, including the shotgun used to kill the judge, had all been purchased by Angela Yvonne Davis 2 days before the incident. According to California law, this made the former philosophy professor an accomplice equally as guilty. A warrant was put out for her arrest. Davis became a fugitive, and then FBI Director J. Edgar Hoover placed her on the FBI's most wanted list. When she was ultimately captured in 1971, President Nixon congratulated the FBI for the apprehension of a dangerous terrorist. A nationwide movement for her release was organized and supported by prominent artists such as John Lennon and Yoko Ono. In 1972, Davis was acquitted of all charges.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I mean, she bought the firearms, right? But she bought them 2 days prior, which maybe she didn't know. Like, I think she bought only the shotgun. Maybe she didn't know dude was gonna blow somebody's head off with the shotgun. I mean, I don't know, but she deserved not to go to jail for that. She ain't do nothing. She wasn't there. You don't got no evidence of her doing nothing. We straight. Let Angela Davis go. Let her go. I'm glad she got out.
A jury concluded that even though she owned the guns used in the crime, it wasn't enough.
The guns. Changes by the shotgun. She wasn't there though.
To suggest she had a direct responsibility in his planning and execution.
Hey, you see that white man in the back? Behind the lady with the shade? He disgusted. Buddy right here. He look like he want to spit on her, bro. Damn. That's how they still look at us now, no cap. Black Lives Matter, man. Black Lives Matter, then all lives matter. No cap, bro. No cap.
In the years that followed, Davis became a well-known prisoners' rights advocate, political activist, and an influential scholar. Number 5. Ruth Eisman Shire. On December 17th, 1968, Ruth Eisman Shire helped Gary Stephen Christ in the kidnapping of 20-year-old Barbara Jane Mackle. They took her from a motel room in Atlanta and buried her in a box about 1.5 feet underground. The kidnappers supplied food, water, an air pump, and a battery-powered lamp inside the box. Mackle's father was a millionaire land developer in Florida with personal ties to President-elect Richard Nixon. The kidnappers were paid the ransom they'd asked for, $500,000 in $20 bills. In exchange, they told the authorities where they could find Mackle. She was rescued approximately 83 hours after she'd been buried.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm super claustrophobic. You put me in a box, bro, bury me underground, you might as well kill me, bro. 83 hours like that. 48 is 2. Plus 3 days is 72. 8. So she was in there for like 3 days and I think 11 hours. Still a long time, bro. I can't be in no box for 3 days, bro. I mean, they was feeding you, giving you, I don't know. I would have been freaking out, bro. I'm glad they gave her the bread to get her out of there, man. Some people be crazy, bro, for a check. I ain't gonna hold you. I know some folks that'll do some things for a check. I was probably one of them dudes that'll do some things for a check, no cap.
And died for dehydration, physically unharmed. Christ was arrested shortly after, but Eisman Shire managed to evade the authorities, becoming the first woman placed on the FBI's most wanted list. A few months later,
she looked innocent, but she wanted that bag. Hey, look, back in the 60s, bro, in the 70s, bitches wanted Birkins too. You know, they wanted to live right too. They wanted Gucci Louis, you know what I'm saying? Dior. They wanted, they had to get it how they live.
She was captured after applying for a nurse position in Oklahoma. Even though she'd used the alias Donna Sue Wills, a routine applicant fingerprint check gave her away. Number 4. Shanika Minor. The argument started over loud music, only to
Shanika, a black name. I knew she was black once it started.
End up in a tragic double homicide. Tamika Perry was pregnant and around 5 days from her due date.
What? Oh man, let me keep going.
When she was fatally shot by Shanika Minor, according to the FBI.
Look, my baby mama pregnant, bro. Somebody laid a finger on my girl, bro. While she just period. But while she, I'm probably gonna get an elbow, man, and go sit down for a while, dog.
When Perry told Minor to turn down the music, the latter brandished a firearm and challenged her to a fight. Minor's mother, who was also the victim's neighbor, intervened and managed to keep the peace. The following morning, however, Minor returned to the duplex and confronted Perry once again. She fatally shot the pregnant 23-year-old in the chest and fled the scene. After being placed on the FBI's most wanted list with a $100,000 reward.
See, chicks be crazy. Now, yeah, these couple pictures, you know. She's smiling, little ID picture. Shorty look decent right there. Somebody calling me. Hold on. Hey, bro. I'm doing a reaction right now. I'll be on a little later. All right. No edit reacts. You know what I'm saying? She look decent right there. Right there too, you know what I'm saying? But like, you a baby killer and some other stuff, like.
Her time on the run was short-lived. Minor was apprehended on July the 1st, 2016, and subsequently sentenced to 30 years in prison.
No, she should have got life, death penalty. I ain't gonna lie, I'm not one of the ones that's against the death penalty, bro. Certain things you do, you don't deserve to be on this earth. No cap.
Number 3, Shawntae L. Henderson.
It's another black name. Why they got the black chicks at the top doing the craziest things, bro? It ain't like that.
Shawntae L. Henderson was already suspected of being a hardened gangster, even before she shot and killed 21-year-old DeAndre Parker outside a convenience store in Kansas City, Missouri. A suspected member of the city's infamous 12th Street gang. Authorities believe that Henderson had been involved in as many as 50 gang-related shootings and possibly...
Hey, she was out here. Super savage.
even 5 other murders. After she killed Parker in September 2006, Henderson kept a low profile but was arrested in her hometown of Kansas City on March 31st, 2007, the very same day she'd been placed on the FBI's most wanted list. Number 2, Marie Dean Arrington. After public defender Bob Pierce unsuccessfully defended both of Marie Dean Arrington's children, the woman sought revenge on him. When she couldn't find Pierce at his office...
Yo, they got the African American ladies on here, bro. She said, hey, you ain't represent my kids right. Now they about to do 20, 25 or something they ain't do. She had to pull up on dude and, you know what I'm saying? I think she might have pulled up with the blower.
Arrington turned her attention on his secretary, 37-year-old Vivian Ritter. She took her hostage, shot her multiple times, then ran her over with her own car. At the time of the murder, Arrington was already on bail, pending sentencing for the manslaughter death of her husband. She was sent to prison in Marion County, Florida in 1968. The following year, she escaped, earning a spot on the FBI's most wanted list.
Yo, this lady was badass.
Arrington was eventually captured in New Orleans, working as a waitress. She was initially given the death penalty, which was overruled by the Supreme Court after it was deemed unconstitutional. Arrington was instead sentenced to life in prison, where she amassed around 61 violations over the years for battery, inciting a riot, drug possession, weapon possession, and others. She died from heart complications aged 80 in the same prison that she'd escaped from 45 years before. Number 1.
Hey, she was a real life gangster, bro. I ain't even gonna hold you. She did her thing in the streets. Went to prison and kept doing her thing, bro. Wasn't nothing stopping her from what she was doing, but I thought she was gonna pull up on the lawyer. Why you get the innocent secretary? But some people crazy, bro. Let's see if number 1 went a little harder. Let's see what's popping.
Brenda Delgado. After dating for 2 years, Dallas dermatologist Ricardo Paniagua and Brenda Delgado, a dental hygienist...
I ain't gonna hold you. Shorty looking, you know what I'm saying? Kinda good.
...student ended their relationship. Paniagua then started seeing pediatric dentists.
Yeah. Decent. Number 1, decent. The rest of them, but number 1, decent.
Kendra Hatcher, which didn't sit well with Delgado. After learning that Paniagua flew his new girlfriend to San Francisco to meet his parents, Delgado's jealousy hit boiling point. That's when she started to plan Hatcher's murder. Delgado reportedly hired hitman Christopher Love and getaway driver Crystal Cortez, to whom she'd promised drugs and money. In September 2015, Hatcher was found dead in the parking garage of...
Damn. Killed her little badass. But, hey, man would be man. Well, I ain't gonna say that. Because I wouldn't leave my girl for somebody that just looked better, you know what I'm saying? Because I was about to say he got with her because she bad. And the other one, you know what I'm saying? She was cute. But she bad, with them little green eyes and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? I get it. She ain't deserve to die though.
Of her upscale Dallas apartment complex. Shortly after the body was discovered, Delgado spoke to FBI investigators, but then promptly fled the country. She spent 6 months on the run and was eventually placed on the FBI's most wanted list with a $100,000 reward. 2 days later, she was apprehended in Mexico. According to her lawyer, he'd already negotiated her surrender to Texas police before she was placed on the list. The jilted lover, as Delgado came to be known, spent 5 months in a Mexican prison before being extradited to the US. Her accomplices were arrested and the trio was charged with capital murder.
Hey man, I ain't gonna lie. If I was to do something crazy, I wouldn't feel comfortable on the run, but at the same time, I'm not trying to be in nobody clanks, bruh. But like looking over your shoulder every day, somebody looking at you too long, you like, damn, this nigga might, yo, he might know me. You scratching your neck, he might know me. You gotta get up out of there. You know, you might be in a car in Walmart with your cart full of things. You know what I'm saying? Full of things, bruh. And you third in line or you second in line, bruh. 12 walk in or security, somebody walk in, they just looking at you like, bro. You might leave everything and just dip. Now y'all hungry. But man, it's your boy Tony 3x, man. And I'm back with another, you know what I'm saying? Like, comment, goddamn, subscribe. Let me know what y'all want, man. Let me know what y'all want, man. Let's get it.